Awesome. Right, let's get into it. Welcome back to another live lifts. Yeah, baby. Don't fall off the box for a minute. Woo. Attack the bar, as we usually do. Nice, tight. Come on, baby. Protect the spuds. Ooh. Woo! Yes. Fantastico. Welcome back to another live lifts. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Dr. James and I'm very cold. But we did speak about temperature regulation in the stream This Will Help Your Deadlifts. So it's actually ideal. I was speaking to a friend of mine just off screen before the stream started, and she said, it's really cold in here. But when you're working as hard as we do on this channel, actually slightly cooler is good. So we can get straight into it. I have done my warm-up off screen as usual. So I'm nice and warmed up. We got straight into it with a 30 kilogram belted chin up. So welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing all right. And I hope your strength training and gym training is going well. Let me know in the comments, of course. It's always welcome if you guys to get involved. Some of you have already, so I'm very grateful for that. And thumbs up on the video, as usual. And thank you for the support and the progress on the previous live stream. The last live stream was called Step by Step to Better Legs, Part 1. And that's been our most viewed video so far. And I'm glad that a lot of you are getting good value from that and good educational benefit. There's some amazing exercise in that stream. Whew. So let's start as we usually do. How do we feel after the last session? That was hard, man. That was hard. That was really hard. So after the last session, we did heavy squats, heavy lunges, and bicep curls. It's the first time we've done 2 heavy compound leg exercises in one session. And it's the right, it's high time for that. It's the right part of the season to do that. Ligaments, tendons, joints, muscle fitness is up. So we were able to do 157 on the squat, and we did 110 kilo on the walking lunge for reps, sets. My legs are still sore. I could do a leg session today, I could do some deadlift, but I'm not gonna get the benefit of the exercise, and that is exactly what I've been talking about. So what we do on this channel, we put things into practice, we put the science into strength, and we put it into practice. There's no way I'm recovered from that. I still feel, particularly at the ischial tuberosity, which is basically the bony bit in your bum, that the origin there of the hamstrings is still really, really sore, and that's really deep into the really deep fiber muscle. My quads are pretty much recovered, but it's mainly my hamstrings that are still a bit sore. So there's no way I'm going to be able to do an effective deadlift today or an effective heavy squat. You just can't do it. You can't do it as a natural. So that's where intelligent programming comes in, and that's what this channel is all about. So how do we, so the trick to it and the education for today's live stream is how do we overcome sore legs when you've just done a previous really heavy leg session But in the next session comes, you want to kind of hit your legs and your back again, but you're too sore to do deadlift, you're too sore to do heavy squats again, or you're too sore to do leg press. How can we overcome that? And I'm going to show you some things today that can still allow you to hit your back, hit your lower back, and do lots of rowing without injuring yourself or hurting your legs, and not get, if you're only 85% recovered, you're not going to be able to work as optimally. You're just not going to get through all your reps and sets. You just won't be able to function. So we'll talk about what we're going to do today, and we'll discuss the reasons why. And that's why all these live streams are connected. They're all in continuum. Right, let's do another set. This is a new season's best. We're up to 30 kilos on the belt, and I'll talk to you why I'm doing the exercises I'm doing today. Second set. Woo. Boo, boo, woo. Yeah. Super strong. So let's talk through. Let's get down to business. Woo. So we've just briefly run through heavy squats, heavy walking lunges. Your legs aren't going to be recovered. Like I say, you can come in, hit some heavy deadlift today. You're not going to be working as optimally. There's going to be faltering in your technique. So biceps were fine. Biceps we finished off with last time. That's going to be complementary into today's session as well, because we're doing chin-ups. So what are we doing today? We are going to do heavy chins, which are going to hit our forearms and biceps again. So we finished up with heavy biceps in the last session. We do heavy biceps. Well, we're hitting biceps in the compound movement today as well. They have recovered. They do feel good. We're doing heavy chins. We've increased the weight on the chins. Previously, we've done 20, 22.5, 25, 27.5. We're now up to 30 kilos on the chin, which is my body weight, which I'm 100, and I should weigh myself because it's the start of month 3. So I'll get my weight after this session. I've gone from around 93, 94 kilos to around 100 and something now. I should be over 100 kilos in the last 12 weeks. So that's about 130 kilo then on the chin. So that's a new season's best of this year. We've increased by 2.5 kilos since we last did chin-ups, which was about 2 or 3 weeks ago we did chin-ups. So that's progress. So we're going to be doing heavy chins today, and then we're going to introduce a new back exercise that we've never done, and that, including the chin-ups with this new exercise that we're going to do. Stay tuned for that. These two complementary exercises are going to hit our biceps and our back without working our legs. Whereas if we were to choose something like deadlift today, which the temptation is to, I've got to go in, I've got to do heavy deadlift again. You're kidding yourself, because that's when you start getting little injuries creep in the hamstrings, in the glutes, in the hamstrings, in the groin, in the lower back, abdominal strains. So, but it's just not attainable, not at this part of the season where you're consistently doing plus 140 on most of your compound heavy power lifts. It's just not sustainable. It's achievable, but it's not sustainable, and I want it to be sustainable over the next 4 to 5 weeks. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to do 2 amazing exercises today for the back, and then we are going to do, I had the idea of doing incline chest actually, or some shoulder press, which I'll decide on. Let's do another set. I might do incline chest actually, or some abs as well. You can hit the abs, because this will work the abs as well from the last session, which is fantastic. Chin-ups. Yeah, I might do some incline after we've done the rowing. Yeah. Either way, it's going to be good fun, and we're going to be making progress. So thank you for support on the live streams. Thank you to all those who tune in and get benefit from it. There is nothing like this out there. This is authentic and live. I don't edit this. And woo. And it's cold today, so I've got my winter hat on. Third set. Wow, wow, that first rep was hard. But I got there though. I just got my chin up to the bar. So let me talk to you about sorry. So, in my warm-up, so what I want to do today is I really want to hit the back, but I can't do, ideally I really want to do deadlift, of course, but you can't do that after doing such a massively heavy leg session. So, you can't do it optimally, anyway, as a natural. So, what I'm going to start introducing in the next phase as well is the idea of heavy day, light day, which I'll show you, which allows you to lift really, really heavy twice a week, but you can structure the volume so you can recover, and I'll show you how to do that. It's quite smart programming, so I'll show you that in a few weeks. So what I'm going to do today is, because my legs are still recovering, in my warm-up I wanted to isolate my lower back, so I did hyperextensions on the Romanian chair, and I loaded that up with a so I was doing reps of 10 to 15. I like to work the lower back for reps. It really hits those smaller rectus spinae muscles, longissimus thoracis, and then your quadratus lumborum, and it hits the tops, all the glutes as well, and some of the hamstrings. So I did 5, so I did body weight, and then I did on a 5 kilo plate, and then a 10 kilo plate, and then I had a 15 kilo plate, and I did 3 sets of 15 with the 15 kilo plate, and that really hit the lower back. So that's worked my lower back, and then now we're going to do some chins, which pulling through the bicep, hitting that lat, really getting all that serratus muscle working right through. That also hits my back really nicely, and I'm not including my legs at this point, so my lower back feels nice and secure. My glutes and my hamstrings and my quads are getting a rest. And then next we're going to go on and do the other exercise, which I won't mention just yet, but it's a very classical, old school compound back exercise, but you just don't see it in any gyms at all. There's 2 gyms that I've been in that have had a dedicated setup for this. One of the setups has been better than the other because they had a little face piece, which I'll talk to you about soon. And the third gym that it was in, I had to, me and an old gym partner of mine, we had to create it ourselves. We got a couple of these like wooden boxes with a normal bench on top of it, and we had to get it as close to the squat rack as we could with the hooks either side, and we had to do the exercise like that. We had to build the actual equipment ourselves. So it was kind of a bit makeshift, but it worked. They've actually got a dedicated setup for it here, so and I do want to use it. I've been meaning to use it for a while. It means taking the camera and the equipment through to the room, which is fine. Got permission to record here in this wonderful premises. So yeah, so we chins, and we do the second exercise, and then we're going to hit the upper chest as well. I think it's really, we're doing 1, 2, 5 on the bench. We're feeling really strong, really secure with that. Triceps coming on, shoulders coming on, feeling really tight. We're going to hit the upper chest now, and if you're female, Don't be afraid of getting on the incline bench press as well. The incline bench press, you won't get a masculine chest. It will give you a really nice complexion and structure over the top of your shoulder and your clavicle. It will work that lower, that pectoralis minor, as well as pectoralis major. It will develop your shoulder as well. It's really nice and protective for the control of the shoulder joint. You don't have to go too heavy, but the incline bench press, which you would have seen in the other streams as well, these exercises are not gender dependent. You won't get big and bulky like those, strength and power blokes. They are big and bulky with big beards because they're on steroids. That's why they go that shape. For me and for yourselves, as hopefully as a natural audience, you will get strong and get big, but you won't get that rounded, bloated shape. You will stay looking very athletic and stay looking very lean. So don't be put off by what you associate strength and power training with and what it actually looks like for a natural person. It can give you a really, really nice complexion. So don't be deterred. Right, we're going to do the set. That last set was really hard. Righto. Woo. We've got the music, we've got the muscles, we've got the tech house. But have we got 5 chin-ups in us? That is the question. Woo. Yeah, even just stepping up on that block there, my hamstrings are like... So... And there's other small controlling muscles in the hip, like your obturator and your gemelli. There's a couple of muscles there, obturator, gemelli, and they kind of internally externally rotate the hip, control muscles. When you're doing heavy, consistent, you really feel those inner, deep pelvic muscles working. They're just, you really need to recover. A lot of the muscles around the hip and the pelvis you can't actually see. They're covered by the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads. Feel your pelvic control muscles, psoas, iliacus, psoas. And when you get deep, that QL, I go on about QL a lot. It's massively important in really supporting your lumbar spine, connecting the rib cage, the bottom part of the rib cage, the lumbar spine, and the pelvis. Huge. We're doing good things on this channel. Authentic, leading the way. Let's keep doing what we're doing. Believe into the zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. That is hard, man. Best day on a new weight then. Brings in the abs. Oh. 3-minute recovery. See you soon, Chris. Thanks, mate. Good night. See you later, Josh. Solid. Whew. Breather. Yeah, we're flying. This is week 12, like really nearly at the end of week 12, going into week 13. So just unbelievable progress. Like to be able to consistently do it as well and progress. That's really what you want from your training. You shouldn't really be doing the same thing over and over and not really getting anywhere. I think it's a bit crazy, isn't it? A bit insane. So yeah, so fantastic. So thank you for the thumbs up on the video, and of course sharing, commenting, joining the movement, joining the circle of strength. Hope you like that stream. That was a good one, the circle of strength. So there are ways, if you have back pain, which I dealt with a lot of back pain when I was a physiotherapist as well, learned a lot of good techniques to treat back pain, and the pathology and physiology and the understanding of the anatomy and the process and natural course of back pain. I'm not an expert, but I have dealt with a lot of back pain as a physio. Did some more study about that as well for the treatments of it, doing injections, and also treating a lot of it as a doctor really as well. You see a lot of it in hospitals, common thing, isn't it? So if you are in the acute phase, of course, then you need to reach out to your medical provider if you've got back pain. But if you're in the rehabilitation phase, or you're past the worst of it now and you're actually starting to get some function back, a lot of the basis and cause of back pain initially is really not having a strong lower back and having good pelvic control, really good abdominal, they call it core, abdominal core strength, and basically just having really, thinking about the mechanics of the lower back and how it moves. So some of the exercises that we do on this stream as well, particularly the hyperextensions that I did off screen in the warm-up, and this chin up now is complementary to that, because I've just been hyperextending the lower back. It's really tight, the muscles are really tired, but now what we're doing here is we've got, essentially, we're doing chin-ups with a weighted belt on, and this weight around my belt and waist now pulling me down, that's helping to distract the spine. It's actually pulling the spine apart, if you like, in an axial force, like in a linear motion. So all those small joints and the discs and the nerves are getting a little bit of gentle distraction. That's why we do the chain. When we do the chain work, we do the weighted plate work. It's actually, in some respects, it's really, really healthy to decompress and deload the spine as well. That's why I really like doing it. So it's another really complementary move by doing the hyperextensions first. Then we do some of this. And then the next exercise we'll be doing in a rowing pattern, which is completely compound. It takes the lower back out of the equation if you do have back pain. It's a really fantastic way to work the back if you are struggling with your lower back as well. Back pain can present as hip pain or knee pain. So it can sometimes go all the way down the leg as well, if you've got a full-blown sciatica. So these are really complementary. So, and the reason why today is I'm using the chain today. I wanted to really hit a pure classical weighted chin-up today. The last couple of times we've done chin-ups, I've used a really big strength and power chain that's like 25 kilos. It's really, really long. You've seen those streams. If you flick through, you can see in the thumbnail and in the description, the video title, if it's got a chain in there, I've used that big long chain. Fantastic streams, in my opinion. Fantastic streams, but of course, it's variety on the chin-up with the whole, the chin-up movement. But today I really wanted to, complementary to the previous stream when we did heavy squats and lunges, really working the abs. I did some abs off screen as well. Today now, by doing these chin-ups and pulling through, we've essentially got more loaded power going through these abdominals as well. So I wanted a pure pull through this chain, which is fantastic. So we shall just have a quick look. I just wanted a pure pull today so we can get really nice, get these abs loaded up. It really thickens the abs up like nothing else. And it's another exercise that we do on the stream that you just don't see guys and girls doing. You want to use these cable machines to do lat pull downs, but when you do the cable machines for lat pull down, it just doesn't hit the bicep, it really hits the forearms, and it doesn't hit the abs at all. But this hits the biceps, the forearms, the abs, the back, the serratus. Woo! Last set, no fail. I need 5 good reps, come on. Come on, Doc. Let's do it. Oh, see, if I lean back now with this belt on, I can feel my lats completely put full. Come on. Come on, and 5 big ones. Good start. Ah, come on! No bad language, but halfway. It is tough though. That's a lot. No excuses. You're doing another full rep. All of it with a slow negative. (12 to 15 seconds). 12 to 15 seconds. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Big drive. Yeah, baby! Woo! Michał's arrived. Michał is in the house. Jak się ma? Dobrze. Czuję silny. Bardzo silny. Woo, that was a good rep. Sorry, mate. Repping. Still repping, mate. Repping the internationals. Yes! Success! Positiva. Oh. We've got Michał, we've got the house. Pure power. Woo! That was good. Oh, that last rep. So if that happens, you have to be disciplined. Get that last rep out. It's a little bit of recovery. But go negative slowly, don't just drop. Oh, I need a water break, a bit of sip. Right. Should go through to the other room. And we shall do the second back exercise. It's fantastic. I love this exercise. We get set up. Right, let's go through. Let me take you on a little tour. Mini tour before the big tour and the review of the gym. So you get to see a little bit of the other room now, which is in the Remembrance Day stream on the 11th of November. You got a little sneak peek of the other room, but isn't that just lush? How nice is that? Oh yes. Oh, heaven is a place on earth. Right, what's a good angle for us? Is that a good angle? I don't know. I've not quite thought this far ahead. I think if we go this way. Might bring it over this way. Is that all right there? I think that's nice, isn't it? So you got there, or we got this side. I think this is good here. Yeah, mate. Yeah. Live from your nan's dungeon. Strength in your nan's dungeon. It's got that sinister, dark, red Hellboy look about it. But beautiful. Beautiful. Here we go. Right. Light sweat, heavy weight. Give me some weights, man. So what do? The back is nice and warm, so we get straight into it. We will have a bit of a technical warm-up, but we can load the bar. And I did some of this off screen before we started. So I'm really looking forward to giving you the tour of this gym and doing the review in full. Nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the most classic forgotten exercise in the world, probably ever. And we've been introducing a lot of those types of things on this channel, haven't we? This is called the Dr. James row. No, it's not. It's called the seal row, because I guess you're face down and when the movement comes in, it's like a seal is rowing to swim. However, you could also call it the bench press in a parallel universe, because it kind of is, isn't it? It's kind of like I'm actually just reverse bench pressing. But there's nowhere for my face, so my snout is smashed against the bench. So you have a problem when you're like this. So ideally, this is what I was saying about having a face hole. This bench here needs a face hole, but it hasn't got one, so I'm pretty much like this for the entire rep, which is a bit of a nightmare, and I hate that. It needs to have a face hole cut into this or come with one. So as I mentioned, there is one other gym that I've been to that has the face hole cut into it. So I have to slightly turn my head to the side, unfortunately. Wow, my back is pumped. I can feel that already stretching through the lat. So it's not bad. However, right, after doing those, can I sit down? Is that all right? I think you still see me. So, stretching there, after doing those chin-ups, I can feel those lats pulling through. That is telling me that it's hitting the deep core lat muscle that you just won't hit on other exercises by combining these two. So you need a face hole ideally, because you're going to snort and sweat. Somebody else's mush's face has been on there probably with their dirty stinking beard or sweaty head, whatever they've got, spit coming out of the mouth. So be careful, like gym hygiene. You don't want to be catching anything, infections around your face and stuff. So I'm going to keep my towel down because obviously I've just done a set and I've been breathing on it as well. So keep it nice and clean. We'll give it a spray and a wipe down as well. Ideally, you will have a face hole. There's a gym in Crystal Palace that, yeah, it's the Olympic gym in Crystal Palace in the Olympic Park that I trained at about 5, maybe 10 years ago now. I suppose I could reach out to those guys and go and try and do a session there. But that's like a hardcore Olympic lifting room. It's literally 2 rooms. But they have got a seal row with a face hole cut out of it. And the other gym that had it was this one here, but it doesn't have the hole cut out of it. And the other gym that I mentioned earlier is the one where we made it ourselves. We put a block there and a big wooden block here. We got the bench press bench, the flat bench on top of those 2 blocks. And we got the hooks from the squat rack and we lined it all up against the squat rack and hooked it up. So you can make these at home. You can get like homemade versions, they're fine. But seal row is the absolute business when it comes to like compound back exercises on a day where you really want to hit your back, but your legs and your hips and your glutes and your quads and your hamstrings and your lower back pain is far too sore to train on. They're not recovered, or you've got some lower back pain. You don't want to be pushing yourself into a constant catabolism. At the moment, my legs are anabolic. They are recovering, they're growing. I don't need to train on them to push them back into a catabolic state yet. They're just not going to be recovered optimally. So by doing the exercises that we've done today in this stream, we've really been able to hit the back without any compromise, and we've not left our lower back vulnerable. I'm just going to do another set, and there's usually some spray and some towels and stuff, so I will as well. I'll do my bit to help hygiene. So let me just do another set and then we're going to go a little bit heavier. Obviously this ideally will be building up to as heavy as you can get, like the bench press. But if it's a new exercise, a new technique, again, we start off steady and don't know where the hook is. Oh, it's hooked on. So this one, fantastic seal row. So you can see me pulling with a lot. I'm using all my power there. I am literally pulling it as hard as I go. I am not bothered about that bar hitting the underside of the bench. Ideally, there will be a gap here where there is a gap. Amazing. So I'm getting as high as I possibly can. The other option is you have a slightly bent bar, or you have a face hold, because again, the same principles apply. You really want to get those elbows up and powered back as through as possible as you can. So that's 60 kilos on there. That feels good. But you can really load this up. You can really, really, really load this up. So yeah, seal row in the dungeon of strength. Nice optics, isn't it? Nice and red. So I'm powering that through. I am not holding back. I'm pulling as much as I can. I want to get that strength and power without any mercy. I think we should go up to 80 because I'm getting like 7 reps out on that, which is quite comfortable. So I've not done this exercise for a long time, purely because the facilities, or there's been other fantastic exercises to do. But of course we do have a lot of variety on this channel, and we are always progressing. Like, we haven't done chin-ups for like 3 weeks, but we've gone up to 30 kilos on the chin-ups today, so it's amazing. So it shows that all the other areas that we're working are complementary. Whew. So I love seal row. I've got many good memories of this exercise and lots of really good old videos and old material actually that I probably should post from the archives. Got a lot of old really nice videos and stuff from when we did it years ago. Some funny moments as well for those guys that I did it with. They'll remember this exercise and it will bring back some blasts from the past, some golden memories. But seal row, as I mentioned with the walk-in lunges in the last session, you've got to get this as part of your program. If you know, it has to be done with your deadlifts, it has to be done with your squats, it has to be done with your chin-ups. Get your seal row in, guys and girls. The other reason as well is this is a hanging compound movement, anti-gravity. Yeah, mate, feel free, mate, honestly. Hanging compound exercise that you're asking a lot more of your forearm flexor grip tendons. You've got your flexor carpi ulnaris, flexor carpi radialis, flexor digitorum, profundus superficialis, palmaris longus if you've got one. I'm talking about all the muscle, I'm naming muscles here going through this forearm. That is having to grip the bar. Then when you're actually rowing, what you've got is a moment as well where your overhand grip on the bar, oh my hamstrings, still sore from the other day. Your overhand grip on the bar essentially is in a static position. Your extensor carpi ulnaris, extensor carpi radialis, and your extensor digitorum, all these muscles here that work down the back of the wrist and hand, they're working at this extensor tendon junction here. Now the problem you're going to have is if you don't do an exercise like this that's going to test you in this position, you're going to start getting overuse injuries, which is like your golfer's elbow, your tennis elbow. So you really need to be putting these tendons and these muscles. By doing this variety and these amount of exercises, you're really going to be making sure you avoid injury because you're not going to be overusing them and repetitively hitting them. You're going to be working them differently, but in a compound static way, which will help. It just helps everything. So we've done the underhand pulling now with the chin-ups, which is going to hit all the flexor part and the bicep. And now we're doing the overhand grip row, which is going to hit a lot of the extensor work as well. I can already feel that here, particularly from gripping that bar. I can already feel this extent. And it gives you a really nice complexion. It gives you a really nice structure to your forearms. And to be honest with you, like, not that I go like fishing for compliments or anything. I try to actually keep myself covered, to be honest, in public and at work and so on. But one of the strangest but unexpected areas that people actually like compliment or comment on is the forearms. Like, maybe it's because everything else is covered, but they're like, oh yeah, what do you work out? What do you do? What sport do you do? You've got these forearms that, you know, are you a blacksmith? Are you a joiner? Are you something? It's like, no, doctor. But when you're covered up, like you actually get a really nice structure to your arm, and it looks really cool, man. If you've got your sleeves pulled up slightly, or if you're wearing a nice shirt and you roll your shirt up, you know, if you're digging the forearms there, it's all right. Most underrated. Right, let's see how this feels. Hopefully it won't slip off this time. I need to get a couple of clips. Give me a second. All right, Chris, how's it going, mate? Right, let's see how this feels. Ooh. Sorry if I'm a bit muffled. Awesome. Ooh, man, that's hard. I think 80 is like the optimal weight there, because you can see that I'm actually getting good range. Oh, I am getting good range. But like that 4th, 5th rep, I'm just not quite been able to hit the bar, and that was a gauge, that was an indicator of fatigue for us when we did this many years ago. The indicator of how we were performing was essentially range of movement, and this particular exercise, it will really be there's no hiding on this exercise from your range of movement, because if that bar is not smacking the underside of that, not bouncing off it, but it is not contacting that underside of that bench, you're losing range, and it shows signs of fatigue, it shows signs of tiredness. So you can see there that my 5th rep didn't touch, but I had 4 strong, powerful reps. But that's the first time we've increased the weight, so we've gone from 60 to 80 for the first time. So hopefully the second set now, I'll be able to get 5 or 6 reps contacted, so my range is optimal at full power. But there was many times, I'm gonna have to build this up again because I haven't done it for ages, but there's many times where we've gone up to 100 kilo, 110, 112 kilo. And the heavier it gets, obviously, the harder it is to like control and hit that underside, particularly for when you're doing reps. So it's a really good indicator and gauge. There's no hiding. So we all used to kind of like ooh. There'd always be, you know, one person doing it, the other person kind of encouraging, and then we'd have a third person who was, you know, in rotation, and he'd be looking to see what the contact was like underneath, and he'd be like, come on, ooh, so close, so close. So it's an amazing exercise. There's a couple little tips for technique. Ideally, you need a face hole. It's a shame this bench has not got one, but it's just one of those things. I tend to grip like shoulder width apart, so just kind of where the thread is on the bar. You can go wider, but the same principles apply for the back of the lat dorsi. The wider you go, the less range of movement you have. And it doesn't necessarily give you a wider back because you grip it wider. That's a myth. It doesn't at all. Like, it just compromises your range of movement, and if you compromise your range of movement, you can't get those fibers to work through full range. So I like to go just natural, just kind of like shoulder width apart. I do an overhand grip. You can do an underhand grip if you want. Absolutely fantastic variety. I have no harm in trying an underhand grip on this now. I might even do the next set as an underhand grip. I am not pulling up this way, because if I pull up this way, I'm just going to literally hit my traps, my upper shoulders. What I'm actually trying to do on this, that's why I put the camera at this angle, is I'm actually trying to sweep it back and kind of pull back and down towards my pelvis. If I can aim back towards my kidneys, towards my pelvis, if I can row this back as I can, I will still hit my upper back and shoulders, but actually the lats are really pumped through, and then when you get that stretch right through, you really feel that those deep muscles in the lats around here. So, oh, someone's just fallen over, hold on a second, on the heavy squat. You okay? You all right? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Yeah, do you hurt yourself? Sound. Yeah, be careful. Sound. Sorry, some guy's got far too much weight on the squat bar and he's fallen over backwards, but he's all right. He was lucky. Right, another set. So we can try this underhand grip. It's gonna be hard. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. That's hard after doing the chin-ups as well. But yeah, that gives your bicep a bit more of a workout. Yeah, okay. Next time I'm going to do overhand. I couldn't get it up high enough there because obviously doing the chin-ups before that. Wow. seal row, fantastic. The new, definitely one of the most underrated but favourite back exercises, absolutely. Whew. So yeah, fantastic on. Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's go. So, absolutely smashing it. So yeah, it's really good to get this done. And then, yeah, do we finish off with some incline press? That is still the unanswered question, isn't it? Still the million-dollar question. Everything's fine. No harm in that. Quick sip of water. Need a quick water break. Righto, quick water break. That was it for the set. No, I'm not getting my reps out, guys. I'm not getting my reps out. So what does this mean? It means we've got to drop the weight slightly. No ego. Yeah, that's got to go down a bit. I'm just not getting it, am I? This is like, so it was ambitious to do 80, but I think 70 is going to be more realistic, isn't it? Especially after doing chin-ups as well, like, so this is a good example of hopefully the next set I'll really start to feel the benefit of it because it'll be optimal weight. Woo. Ah. Ah. Oh. Yeah. Do some incline or do some dips. Hit the triceps as well. Yeah, maybe some dips, chain dips. Incline press. Either way, it's going to be positive. Oh, mate. I didn't see this here. I just give myself a dead leg and I walked into it. It was only a slight knock, but it's alright. I just went like that. Bang. Quads are still sore. Definitely. Wow. Can we do another set? Ah. Come on. Yes, that was a lot better, wasn't it, really? Let's face it. That was a lot better. Still hard though, but power, pure power. I was able to charge up more and get more power. Yeah, it's good. It's always hard when you've not done an exercise for so long. So a lot of it is a technique as well. So, God, I haven't done it for a couple of years, man. But that was a nice. I did hear that. I listened to a really nice podcast a long time ago when I was a medical student, and one of the doctors I listened to used to do like an internal medicine type thing, and he liked to go to the gym as well, and he was saying that like sometimes like you can't. Sometimes you don't do an exercise for so long. Sometimes like a year. If you have enough variety, and I think that is true, and I think if you're training properly, it's really nice because this now acts like a brand new stimulus. Because I've not, you know what I mean, you're not doing it like every week or every 2 weeks. I haven't done it for a year or two. So it's like a brand new discovery. So I'm hitting the lats in ways that I haven't hit on any other exercise. With the deadlifts and the chins and the rows. T-bar row, V-bar row, bent over row, Atlas stones. So yeah, this is another little game changer. But this channel's full of that, isn't it? Yeah, look at this. I'm glad that you'll go back and watch the other live stream, the heavy sets and Gymshark product review, and I'm glad I gave the Gymshark product the score that I did, because I can see again, look, it's nice pattern and nice material, but it's threaded. It's like, you know what I mean, you pay 35, 40 quid and it's just like threaded already. So I recommend you go watch those streams as well, because we do review products on this channel. Can we do another set? I think we're ready. That's 2-3 minute rest, isn't it? Recon. Damn. That is such a tough exercise. It's just completely unforgiving. It just takes no prisoners. It's like, I really don't care how strong you are, I am taking you down with me. It is absolutely, oh, the evil row. It shouldn't be called the seal row, it should be called the evil row. It is absolutely merciless. Bench press from a parallel universe. It's just, look at it, it's just red and devilish and in devilish light and everything. It's beautiful, it's brilliant, it's such a good exercise. I just love it. And I've not felt my lower back at all. I've not felt my hamstrings, because in some back exercises, you do engage that posterior chain. Most of your back exercises are going to include your glutes and your hams and that lower back. This one completely takes that out of the equation. You are completely, you're isolating, but without doing isolation work, because it's still a compound multi-joint exercise. What I mean is you're isolating your legs and lower back and pelvis from your large global back muscles, so that's why it's actually really, really so good. You're right, Kenzie. Got to get it in the program, guys. Got to get it involved. Oh, imagine doing this with like walk-in lunges, like seal row for the lower back and biceps, and then walk-in lunges for your lower chain, abs, quads, hamstrings. Oh, just gorgeous. Just a simple, gorgeous session like that, you know, seal row, walk-in lunge, heavy, heavy, gorgeous. Just so many nice complementary things. So it's much more fun than bodybuilding. You can go and do all the bodybuilding later on, but you have to, this is worth the patience, well worth the patience and the time to build that solid foundation first. Highly recommended. Right, last set, and then we've got to do, I tell you what we could do actually, I know what we can do, that'll hit the shoulders and the upper chest. There's a strength shoulder press over there, a Celtic shoulder press that we've not done yet, and this will hit the upper chest and the shoulders, and I think that'll be really, really nice actually. Yeah, nice. I can see it sticking its head around the corner, and that it is a shoulder, it is a power strength machine frame. It should actually probably be in the strength room through there, but we can use it. There's no harm in doing that. So it's a bit of a fish out of water really. It actually should be through there with the yoke carry and the other stuff, but it's probably just down to space. So we'll go over and do that. That's gonna The angle, I'll talk about it more in a second, but the angle that's got on it, it does get you to hit your upper pec, and it hits your anterior deltoid as well, which is what we really want to hit as well with the incline press. So it's ready to go, so it'll be nice and smooth. Last set. Oh, yes. Are you ready? Come on! Oh, it just kills you. It just kills you. It's unforgiving. It's unforgiving. And that hits me in parts of my back that I didn't know anatomically existed. Oh. That hits you right deep in the thoracic spine, man. Anybody out there, and I have been asked this actually by in the summertime by a young girl who came to the gym. She told me that she was an international hockey player. She plays at quite a high level. I'll not mention her name because she might be a bit shy. But she was asking me how to strengthen her thoracic spine, which is the middle of the back, and it's the hardest part of the back to strengthen. This will hit your thoracic spine unforgivingly, and I can feel that. So we've also done Zercher squats as well, remember, front squat Zercher squats. The Zercher squats, as well as this seal row, will strengthen your thoracic spine. Let's tidy up because we're a good gym lad. Always tidy up, always tidy up. So, yeah, we're going to do this. We've not done this yet. This is a really nice upper chest shoulder press exercise. And you can really load up the machine as well because it's on a stanchion. So unexpectedly, we've introduced 2 new exercises today, which is really, really good. Pop this away. Onto the, right, I'll shuffle you around now as well. Let's close this door, just say, keep the doors closed. Woo! Right, awesome. Let's go to the next exercise. Here we go. Chest. Go there. Yeah, mate. Oh, yes. How's that looking? What do we come from over here? Let's see. Let's have a look. See where we are. I think the other bit was alright, wasn't it? Just come over here. Beautiful. This is such a gorgeous piece of equipment. We can generate a lot of power on this as well. We got two options to grip, and I'll talk you through this in a moment, but let me just get, oh yes, oh that just feels so stunning. After working our back, after doing the chins and the seal row, our back is completely secure, and the hyperextensions in the wall, our back is completely secure and switched on, so I can really power up through my shoulders now. And I've got one grip there in that mid-grip position, and I've also got this head-on overhand grip, and it allows me to get deep, look deep, 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 come below the shoulder level. Yeah, and if I step back a bit or step into it, I can vary the angle on how much I hit on my shoulder and how much I hit on my upper pec. This pec minor is just so vital, and these upper clavicular fibers. So we can go a bit heavier. Oof. The clavicular fibers of the chest will grow by just doing flat bench, and the middle sternal fibers of the pec will grow just by doing flat bench, particularly as you start to get heavier and heavier. Should put some 20s on. I think we should build up. We'll put some 15s on first. Or probably 25. We'll be getting up to our working weight. But there's no harm, no substitute in actually like making sure you do incline press and a bit military press and even some power strength. It's called Celtic strength, this machine. On that stanchion, really been able to drive up through. So if I stand away slightly, I'm hitting, essentially I'm pushing through the shoulder and hitting the upper fibers as well by varying the angle. You can really load this up. I mean, you can really, really go heavy on this because it's like it's like a hammer machine. Back is really switched on, so I feel so secure, just driving up through. Abs, remember, abs have been worked by doing the chin-ups as well. So all this lower pelvic stability, I can really focus on getting so high, so much power, generate so much power. Story of my life. Always going deep, especially on those squats. Woo. Deadlift, right down in the hole. Cleans, everything, deep. Really getting those hip flexors, glutes going. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that feels really healthy. And I'm not bouncing through my legs there. There's no movement in my knees. I'm not like assisting myself to get up. Do you know what I mean? I'm not bouncing for momentum. I'm really trying to focus power and the source of the movement right through my shoulders. Yeah, that was really, really nice. I think you can stick on more. Let's load this up now, come on. Another 15 going in. We're going to finish off. We're going to hit the forearms again. How much is this? That's a 15 kilo. Yeah. The forearm going, mate. These. We'll do some rotational work for the forearm. We've not done for a while, but help with grip strength as well again. The elbow. Secondary, obviously you've got the shoulder, but the elbow, the upper limb, is the joint in the body with the most muscle attachments around it. So you're particularly vulnerable to getting things like bursitis. A lot of people who bench heavy. I watched a guy from Australia recently who, I think he's a nurse, so he's a fellow health professional colleague. He's doing a lot of bench press. He says, oh, I broke some records of my own, PR. Several weeks, I was hitting new records, and suddenly he's like, I've got elbow pain. So the issue there is most likely, I haven't got his medical history, no diagnosis, they examined it, mine haven't. But what I'm talking about is there are common things that can happen around the elbow because of all these muscle attachments. And you're mainly dealing with the tendonitis issues and the bursitis. There's a lot of very sensitive bursa that can get inflamed or particularly overuse. It's quite hard to injure the elbow joint. It's quite hard to break. It's quite hard to fracture. But when they do fracture, you tend to lose a lot of range of movement at the elbow, particularly if you've fractured the olecranon, this pointy bit on the back. You tend to lose a lot of range of movement. They're particularly difficult to heal, but they're also quite vulnerable to overuse and inflammation type injuries. So I always encourage the guys, some of the young guys that do come up to me and speak to me in the gym, is, you're doing a lot of biceps, you do a lot of chest, you do a lot of biceps, a lot of triceps, a lot of chest. Like, there's going to be a point where your forearms and your elbows are just like, I've had enough. So a lot of variety as usual in your program. Keep those elbow problems at bay. Woo. 7 reps, that was tough. Wow. Oh. 7 reps, that was hard. So that's the 15, 30, 45. So that's 60 kilos on there, plus this, which I don't know what this handle weighs. It's probably about 30 kilos, isn't it? It's a pretty hefty lump of a machine. Last exercise, do 2 or 3 sets of this. Debrief. Just need a minute rest or so. Yeah, so another set, second set, feeling big, feeling good, feeling huge, absolutely huge, mate. Yeah. Wow. Good progress. On this next set, step back a little bit, and it'll just bring the pec into play a little bit more. The first set I was quite stood away a little bit. Second set I was quite underneath it, getting that drive through the shoulder. Hit the traps as well a little bit, strain, particularly coming down low, coming right through here. But this is really good. This ideally, it should be through the strength room, as I mentioned, but there are other exercises through there that can cover it. So you've got like the log press, there's Celtic strength log press through there, some other shoulder exercises that we've done. So it's not the end of the world, but I suppose it's nice to come and do some bits in the other part of the gym as well. Oh, hamstring's really still so tight. Could probably do the sports massage, to be honest. I think it could be really nice to book in for one. Treat yourself for Christmas. I think we're ready for this set. Get these upper fibers going, Anna. So I've done this middle grip, mid grip. Try and do this front one now as well, front grip, overhand grip. With it a bit further away. Man, that's tough. Ah, that's tough. Mega tough. Oh, one more set. Wow. One. Ah. Oh. Oh. Last set. Got last set vibes. And definitely had a workout. Yeah, definitely. Oh, so let's One more, and then we've got forearm work to work through, and I'll do that during the debrief as well, so no problem. Do a couple of sets. So let's do one more set. Just need another 30-40 seconds or so just to, yeah. You think you're recovered until you actually start to do the set, and then you really catch up on you. Right. Light sweat, heavy weight. Yeah. So this is really nice, complementary. Kind of like just blitz the forearms here. Try to keep those elbows locked out. Go that way. You do the flexors. We have done this before, earlier in the season, and it does help to bring on that grip strength. Yes! Whew. Yeah. Okay. Just gonna fall. Never mind. So that was the 15. This is the 10. So we'll hit it again in a moment. Don't need too long to recover, I mean. Flex your extensor tendons recover quite quickly. probably doesn't look like very much, but that is hard. That's tough. It's all tough. There's no easy moments. Accept it. Whew. Oh. I stayed nice and warm tonight as well, I feel. Really cozy. Right, I'm going to try and isolate these. If I put my arms over a bar, this will just hit them a bit stronger. See if it's manageable. See, that's really hard. That's really, really hard. That is tough. That's asking a lot. That's asking, especially for the third set. If I put them over my legs, completely fatigued, completely pumped. I need a minute. Wow. If you put your arms over something and try to do this, it really hits different. It's all right letting your arms hang, but it's a slight cop out really. You really need to get your hands on something. Hold it out in front of you. Ideally, you need there's like a handle, like a wooden stick with a piece of rope. So drill a hole in the stick and tie a piece of rope around through the hole. Let the rope have some length and have even if it's 2.5 kilos or a 5 kilo weight on there, that really blitzes the forearm work. So it's fantastical. Right, I want to do one more because it is good. Can I do it here? I think what I'll do is just do it here. If I just spin this around a little bit. Watch this. So I'll show you a little trick, right? Watch this little trick now. And you don't need much weight. You honestly don't need much weight, but watch this. Sorry if the optics aren't great, I'm probably really close to the camera, but you want to put it over something like this. Oh my days. And you can corkscrew it back, like this. See, I'm fatigued already because I've just done 3 sets, but I go the other way. So that is how you work your properly, because we do things properly on this channel. That's how you properly work your forearms properly. None of this resting on your lap and doing this up and down business. Forget about it. You need to corkscrew something heavy out in front of you, loaded, isolated. None of this momentum, elbows bending, biceps coming in. You've got to get it really, really strict. I've just done, for those of you just joining, I've just done 2 or 3 sets before that. So I went 15 kilo, dropped it down to 10, and done 2 or 3 sets. That's heavy, it's really, really heavy. My forearms are absolutely, hello, knock, knock, like mahogany. So what I could do is, there's not a 5 kilo easy bar, unfortunately. Whew. But we probably do have a 5 kilo lat pull down bar, which will still be acting as a resistance. So you can improvise as well, do you know what I mean, guys? You don't have to have a piece of equipment to do a thing. You can improvise and use other things to... See, that's still hitting me, and this feels like 5 kilos, so it's half of that previous weight. if I go the other way into a flexed position, it's going to hit my forearm flexors. Knocked it over, never mind. What matters is the session. This will help your deadlifts. This works your grip strength to death, so you can grip those 150, 160, 170 kilo bar for reps, because the thing that's going to let you down is gripping the bar, not the actual deadlift itself. It's going to be your grip strength that goes. Even though that's only 5 kilos, it's working your small muscles of your forearm into a position of strength. So anyway, let me just pop these weights away and spin around again. It won't be a moment. Pop these away. Ooh. Oh, wow. So, let's finish off. Bouncing. What a session. Fantastico. Right. Oh my days, what an absolute banging session. No better place to be. Bit of sugar, bit of water. Sugar and electrolytes, nice. Bit of water. Champion. Awesome. What amazing progress, man. So, put you here next to my mouth now. Microphone's been on my hat all session. I think the audio's been fantastic though, you can still hear me, can't you? So anyway, what an amazing session. So this is like week 12, second session at the start of month 4. More progress. Chin-ups, 30 kilo on a belt, weighted. We did 5 sets. The very last rep of the 5th set, we failed, but we did an extra rep with a really, really, really slow negative phase. So I have full confidence. I have full confidence with a mouthful of banana, sorry. I have full confidence in next time we come to do chin-ups that we'll achieve that. Absolutely no problem. We'll do 30 kilo, all reps, all sets, plus my body weight. So that's about 130 kilo chin-up for reps. Happy. Then we did a new exercise, most classic, amazing, forgotten exercise of all time, I believe, is the seal row. We're very lucky in this gym because we have got it. A lot of gyms haven't got it. Specialized gyms will have it. Olympic gyms should have it. It is a piece of equipment that all gyms should have. It's going to help prevent back pain, shoulder pain. It hits the rear deltoid, which is extremely hard to hit. It hits the rhomboids, the traps, the lats, teres major, teres minor. It hits the erector spinae. It hits the biceps. It hits the forearms. It isolates your back and will take your lower back, pelvis and legs and hamstrings out of the equation if they're still recovering and still sore from previous sessions, which mine are today. My hamstrings and quads and glutes and lower back is really sore after doing those heavy squats and heavy lunges in the previous live stream, which was amazing. You should go and watch the previous live stream. But ultimately today, I wanted to work my back, as I mentioned at the start of the stream. There is no way I could have come in today and done a 145, 150 deadlift. Absolutely no way. I would have been asking for trouble. I would have been compromising my technique. I would have been very, very tired. I would not have recovered. I wouldn't have got the benefit of the exercise, and I probably would risk an injury really. And then I'm gonna push myself into a ongoing recovery phase for the next 2 days. But I still haven't recovered from the 2 days previously. There's no point in constantly being in a state of recovery. I need to feel completely rejuvenated and completely anabolic. I've got to be in a building phase, not just constantly in a breakdown phase, catabolism. So the cells have to be given time to upregulate protein synthesis from the nucleus. There's a lot of cytology and cellular mechanism that go on where we ultimately need time to produce more proteins, and they need to be synthesized by our bodies. And that takes time. When you're natural, it takes time to recover, and you just got to be patient with it. That's why you train smart and you do these kind of programs, really simple, really complementary. So, I predict by Friday, my legs will be fully recovered. We could squat heavy again or do some really heavy leg work. Probably do some sled pull, probably do some bench on Friday, heavy bench again. Really get the legs going, something functional. We'll see, more variety, better, fantastic. Always stronger. We finished off. We did seal row, fantastic. And we finished off with this machine here to hit the upper pec and shoulders. Really, really nice. We did very, very heavy on that, so tremendous session. We've got a very busy December coming up. We have lots of gyms to visit and review, because I'll be doing some traveling and some visiting of other gyms in December, which is fantastic because it means different equipment, different environment. It means hit the body differently, new stimulus, so we expect more growth. And we'll be doing a Nike product review as well on the base layer. There's a Nike base layer that I want to review, and I think I might do that on Friday. I might do that in the next stream, actually. I think that will be sensible. So, fantastic. So look, thank you for joining the live stream. Do catch the other live streams as well. They are all connected. It is a continuum and a body of work. And I wanted to produce sessions and content and information and education that I'm really, really proud of as well, that is well informed and evidence-based and scientific. And we will be doing more work on the podcast as well. But I'm still in the planning phase for that because I want it to be really, really high quality. And I've got a lot of other things going on in my life as well, which are a priority at the moment. So I'm doing a lot of good work as well in terms of my career really as well. So that is my absolute focus. So I'm in no rush for all that. There's plenty of time, no rush. So for now, I'm just going to continue because I'm always going to be working out. So certainly just be continuing with the live streams and just having fun. So thank you for joining another Live Lifts, and hope you have learned something. Let me know how your strength season and your training in general is going. Fantastic, would love to hear it. And hope to join us again for more strength, more education, and more progress. So see you soon. See you later.